system that God installed himself. Mary asked, how can these things be? How? And the angel referred Mary to Elizabeth, an older person, a mentor figure. Look at Elizabeth. Go and stay with her. She went and stayed with her. Because somebody must be a reference point to something that you are doing or you want to do. So the fatherhood system was installed by God to challenge us that it can be done. To inspire us that it can be done. Some of my sons are doing crusades now, are doing billboards now. Because it was looking like it cannot be done. It can be done. You can build. It can be done. You can write books. It can be done. Some years ago, our drummer, Pastor Uforo, wrote a book here. And we have, in Freedom, other people writing books here. We had a branch pastor who wrote a book. It can be done. Number 3, to clear the road so that we don't have to clear the road again. To clear the road so that we can walk past and have it easy. Number 4, influence. Positive influence. Because in ministry and leadership, you will have a lot of negative influences, especially social media. Somebody you respect, somebody you fear, somebody that can influence you, someone you can obey, someone that can tell you, don't do it, and you don't do it. If you don't have people like that in your life, then you don't have a future. Number 5, the fatherhood system exists as a medium of transfer. Virtue can be transferred. Mantles are transferred. Without them, mantles are lost. Mantles are lost without them. They are medium and they are vessels where mantles are transferred from generation to generation so that there could be a replication of results. Results are replicated. Some years ago, I used to see Bishop Oscar do crusade in the stadium. I was part of that team. He used to do crusade in the stadium in front of First Bank. And while I started his crusade, I said to myself, it can be done. I used to see my pastor, Dr. Emai Song, do crusade. I served in his crusade team. I was vice, I was secretary, I was all kinds of things. The first time I saw a cripple walk was in my song Gospel Crusade. The first time I saw a cripple walk was in that crusade. That's what fatherhood does. So when you see things happening in our crusades, those are why you need fathers. So that mantles are not lost. Look at Moses. Mantles transferred to 70 elders. Numbers 11:25. 70 elders, mantles transferred. 70 elders. Imagine if Moses had died and that mantle is not transferred. Look at Joshua. In Deuteronomy 34 verse 9. The spirit of wisdom was transferred. Wisdom to lead people. Imagine if Moses was not there. Joshua would have been a foolish man, a foolish pastor. Wisdom transferred to him because of his father. Look at Elijah to Elisha. The mantle, he would have gone. The mantle would have gone. The mantle would have been lost. Look at that mantle to bring down fire. Imagine the mantle to divide the sea. Imagine the mantle. It would have gone. It would have been lost. I go to history. Pastors when Elisha came to ministry, the first thing he did, the sons of the prophet said, the mantle of Elijah is upon Elisha. 2 Kings 2, verse 15. They saw a replication of the impact of Elijah on Elisha. Even after Elijah had gone, the virtue will not be lost. He will be trapped on earth and moved from person to person. Number 6, correction. That's why God installed the fatherhood system for checks and balances, so that a pastor will be corrected, will be called to order. That's why I keep saying, don't follow a pastor that does not have a father. Don't marry a pastor that does not have a father, because those people are beyond redemption. You can't correct them. When they go wild, you can't correct them. A pastor threw out his wife. They had a quarrel. He took his wife's things and threw out. The wife called me, see what the son is doing. And I called him. I said, "Nah, get come your hand, return it now. I give you 5 minutes." And he hurriedly took it back. Imagine if I was not there. Imagine if I was not there. Nobody would have cured his foolishness and stupidity. See, sometimes we go out of control. Sometimes we misbehave. The fatherhood system is for correction. It's for checks and balances, because you can go out of control. You can misfire. You can go into wrong doctrine. You can preach something wrong. You can enter into wrong practices. I have called many pastors to order and said, this thing is not in the scripture. This thing is not in the Bible. Stop this thing. I've told a pastor to stop canceling fee, because it is an abomination to ministry. Look at Hebrews 12 verse 8. For correction. That's why you have fathers. You call it to order. I remember there was a man I used to host those days. Pastor Ima will remember. Bishop Oscar called me and told me I should host him again. That he's not like me. I did not know why. But because somebody I respect had spoken, that was at the end of that friendship. Many years after, I now saw why. I didn't argue. A man I submitted to had given me an instruction: don't associate with this person. He is not good for you. Even when I didn't understand why, but I knew that he saw something I did not see. That correction saved my reputation. That correction saved my name. Look at Hebrews 12 verse 8. Hebrews 12 verse 8. But if you are without correction, whereof all are partakers, then you are what? You are a bastard. You are not the son. You are a bastard. If nobody can correct you as a pastor, you get angry when somebody says this thing is wrong, then something's wrong with you. Number 6 or number 7 for guardians. Proverbs 11 verse 14, Proverbs 15 verse 22. Proverbs 11 verse 14, it says, where there is no counsel, the people fall. Where there is no one to guide you, you will fall. Proverbs 15 verse 22, it says, without counsel, purpose is disappointed. That is to say, if someone is not guiding you, you may not fulfill your ministry. I have had pastors who wanted to marry, and they brought the issue to me. That's why you don't take major decisions without discussing with your pastor. You do not take major decisions without discussing with your father. I've had people who wanted to marry, and I just told them, don't go ahead, don't go ahead, don't go ahead. So some of you have witnessed that before. And after some time, they come back to thank me. Because when somebody is not guiding you, sometimes you feel it is God, but it's not God. Not God. Somebody told me, I want to start ministry. I told him, I have not seen that calling in you. At least not now. We'll stay. He said, no. He left. He went to start. After some time, he sold his church and went back home. But I told him, wait, hold on. I've not seen green light. Mentorship is for guardians. So that somebody will tell you, this is how you can do it well. This is how you can do it well. Number 8. So that somebody will believe in what you are doing. You need someone to believe in you. Somebody to stand by you. I want to use our father here as an example. When we started the outreach here in Ikodegbene, a lot of pastors did not believe in us. Don't mind all of them hosting me up and down. Some of them, if I want to dig their file, I will tell you what they did to me and said against me. But he is here, he believed in us and gave us his all. We had not, I think you were winning. We had nothing to show. We were not married. We didn't even have transport to even go to the fellowship. We used to trek. And every pastor in Ikodegbene, they were rejecting us, accusing us, destroying us, all kinds of terrible things they said about us. But he is here. He believed in us and gave us his pulpit. I started preaching for him over 20-something years ago. I was a small boy when I started preaching for him. And he was the only person that believed that God can use a small boy. So that's why you need fathers. I know his future. If you don't have people like that, the world will finish you. His life, stake his ministry, stake his name for you. We corrected ourselves and became perfect because people believed in us when we were not perfect. That's what the fatherhood does. Like you say that in 1 Corinthians 9 verse 7 or verse 2, I mean. If you don't have people like that, and then you are in trouble. In 5 minutes, let me show you how to benefit from this installation God has made for you, the fatherhood system. It's for you. Grab it, use it, rise by it, shine by it. Don't abuse it, don't ignore it. How do I benefit from this? Vagabond spirit is you are there, you are there. You have fathers everywhere. You could have mentors up to 1,000, as Paul has said, but you must have one father. Number 2, honor. The principles of honor. You can never benefit from an anointed father you do not honor. Malachi 1 verse 6. A son honored his father,